So Psych 101. This is the upper division stats course for psychology. Anyone of you like stats? We have one person? Oh, two people. Okay, cool. So if you are one of those people who went to community college and told your instructor that this will be the last math course that I will ever take in my entire life, you are definitely wrong. You will have to take upper division psychology course focusing on the research methods and statistics. So if you are one of those people who are not math savvy, then there is a tutoring services at the Student Learning Center, and I believe you will be going there sometime today. And there is the tutoring services for Psych 101, and the priority goes to transfer students. And we want you to do really well and take this class as early as possible, because you will be going into like research later on and might be interested in doing honors thesis, and will be like a really key course for you to do. So as much as possible, I want you all to sign up for this class on your first semester here. So the moment you're here, first semester, Psych 101. However, I will forgive you if you plan to take it in your spring semester. However, we do have a really good instructor teaching it this semester, so I don't think you would want to pass this out. So questions and concerns about your upper division stats course?
Are there lots of openings in that class?
Oh, good question. Openings in terms of enrollment. So as a first-time transfer student, first time that we set aside seats for you guys so that you will not be waitlisted on your first semester here. However, that's not going to apply the next semester that you're going to be here. But this time around, we have seats set aside so that you're not going to be waitlisted and be able to like manage to get all your possible courses this time around. However, please don't advertise this to your other transfer friends because they will be taking your seats. So if you are waitlisted, then that might be the reason why. Yes?
After your first semester here, is there anything you could do to receive priority registration?
Priority registration once you're on your second semester. So we reserve seats specifically for psychology majors. So once you're declared, then you will not have any problem getting into the upper division psychology classes unless it got really full with all other psychology majors.
Okay.
Does that answer your question? You don't sound satisfied.
No, I'm not. Well, well, it kind of does. I mean, like, let's say you get into an honors program or you're doing extracurricular activities or you're a disabled student.
Okay.
Are there any ways to increase your priority registration over other psychology students?
Well, you know, I can answer for like students with a DSP, with disability, because they do have earlier telemeres appointment, so that gives you like an edge because of the timing issues. However, there is no way that we can set aside seats specifically for other reasonings for that. But we definitely set aside seats for transfer students this time around. For next semester, you will be majored in psychology. So for the most part, most of my students don't really have any problem getting into the upper division psychology classes unless it's being taught by a really well-liked professor, and hint, it's called Matt Walker. So whenever he teaches, it's insanely packed and seats are cutthroat pretty much. So yeah. Oh, here, you have a question?
I was gonna ask, so how does it work when you're registering? Do psych majors get into the class and then non-psych majors get waitlisted? And
Yes.
if there's room to get in?
Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly how it is. Yes.
So since I have to apply by October 5th,
Yeah.
can I still take this Psych 101 class this like semester or fall?
So if you're currently taking prerequisite courses, depending on which prerequisite that you're doing, if it's stats or bio based, and that's not really your what you call this, like your strength, I would suggest for you to wait to take Psych 101 on your spring semester, because your priority is those 7 prerequisite courses.
Yeah.
If you don't fulfill those, I'm not accepting you to the major. And if you take Psych 101 and I can't accept you to the major, then that Psych 101 will just go down the drain.
Yeah.
Okay? So good questions. Any concerns? Okay, let's move on.
He has a question.
Oh, I skipped you, sorry.
How can you tell if the classes you took at a previous college match the catalog here? Like they have math 54, and you might have taken other like calculus classes.
We don't accept calculus class.
Pre-count?
No pre-cal.
I think I have like 10, so that should cover stats. Is that good?
Well, we accept linear algebra and differential equations and discrete math as a math, but not calculus.
So does that mean I have to take a simpler math class to get a quantitative?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have to take stats course or differential equation or math 55 in order for you to fulfill your quantitative.
Okay.
Okay? Unless you have taken AB stats.
No.
No. Okay. Then you're on your own. You have to take it. Okay? So what are the courses that we're offering? So by looking at it, we do have a wide spectrum of courses from different areas, like social personality, human learning and memory. And these are the courses that are offered this coming semester. And on your packet, there are course descriptions available. This is more, the course descriptions that we have are more detailed than the course descriptions presented in the catalog. So the descriptions that we have came directly from the faculty who are teaching this semester. So when you're selecting your courses, make sure to figure out which of the ones interest you the most and which ones you would likely want to sign up the first time around. So any of you interested in studying abroad? Awesome, great. I like to kick people out of Berkeley to go study abroad. And because it just gives you like a really wide range of interest and different perspective in terms of the psychology requirements. So we accept 2 exceptions. If you go abroad, and besides psychology is a department that you can pretty much find all over the world. It's not like art history that there might be only like a limited number of institutions that will offer you the same kind of courses that we're looking for. So for psychology, I have a lot of students who are taking forensic psychology, health psychology, psychology and religion all the way across the world, and they're loving it. And if you go abroad, the courses that you've taken there will definitely count towards your elective requirement. So it's not that you are going abroad for the sake of going abroad, though some students do. But if you do and you want to make sure to have like a course completed there and it will satisfy your major requirements, then we accept up to 2 courses as long as it's on the upper division level and it's somewhat related to psychology. So again, these are for your elective courses. Don't take this for your decade because decade courses, we are pretty strict in terms of the requirement. And by the way, why take something that you can take here? Might as well take something to expand your horizons and learn something else that are not offered here at UC Berkeley. So, questions about study abroad? And by the way, this is if you're concerned about the timing issues, you can do this really by planning things out ahead of time. So what are your research opportunities here in Berkeley? So basically, UC Berkeley is a research institution. So that means your experience here as an undergraduate will not be complete unless you get your hands and feet wet in terms of the research here. So first of all, the research assistant, it is posted right outside of my hallway in the office. And also if you have already your CalDet ID and authenticated, then you can add yourself to BSpace. There is a quarter sheet of paper attached to your packet that gives you the step-by-step process on how to add yourself to BSpace. So BSpace is the way for me to send out notifications in terms of the possible work experience that you might have, job openings, research, volunteers, everything, and everything else that's even going on campus. So make sure to sign up for that one and add yourself to our listserv. And so the 199 are the research assistant positions. So you will be working directly under a graduate student or a postdoc. And it is a flexible variable unit between 1 to 3. So it depends on the number of hours that you can have. Unfortunately, you may or may not have any faculty contact with this, but it is a really good way to get your research started, especially if you're planning to do honors thesis. So there's another one, which is the Undergraduate Research Apprentice Program. This is what everybody refers to as URAP, and it is a more centralized way to look for research positions, because everybody across campus, all the faculty at UC Berkeley sometimes post research opportunities online here, and I believe the application begins 2 weeks before the semester starts, but don't quote me on that. Refer to the website, and it's right there, research.berkeley.edu/URAP. And again, the other one is like the honors program and thesis. So honors program and thesis is your own self-designed experiment, and I will be discussing that later on. So honors program and thesis. So in the psychology department, you will not receive honors unless you do a thesis. It's not like taking honors courses, but you will be carrying out an experimental work or a literary work and reviewing it and writing a very long paper, and it will be reviewed by the faculty and determine whether you will receive honors or highest honors. So also a GPA will be factored here, 3.5 GPA in the major and 3.3 overall, and it is by the time you graduate. So if on your senior year you have a 3.45, then that means, and you know that you will be receiving all A's next semester by the time you graduate, then you're definitely qualified to do honors. And again, you must have a faculty supervisor, and that's the reason why doing the 199, the research assistant position, will be very beneficial, because most of the time the faculty sponsoring your research work, the sponsor of your graduate student, will be your future faculty sponsor for the research project. And again, we also give out units for this, so you will not be wasting your time without receiving any credit. So, question? Yes?
Can you enroll in that course the first semester?
No, this is a senior year thing. So, first semester and pretty much your first year, that is the time that you will be signing up for your RA, for your research assistant position, and getting the bearing of the research, because that will give you an edge whether or not the faculty will be approving your research for honors thesis. Does that answer your question?
Oh yeah. Don't pay attention.
No, that means okay. I wasn't like. Do you have a question? No. Any questions regarding honors? Okay, let's move on. So what are the extracurricular activities that we have? So we have the Honor Society, which is Psychi. This is a national honor society, and you are a member for life. There is the APU, or Association of Psychology Undergraduates. These are the most social part of the clubs psychology club on campus. So they do game night, movie night, faculty dinners. The other one is psychology at Berkeley. So if you are interested in like newspaper layouts, publications, and things like that, this might be something that will be interesting. And so they will put together your papers, your honors thesis articles, and publish it in like a journal or a newsletter at the end of the semester. There is also the Psychology Undergraduate Conference, and they fly a lot of like students all the way across the globe, and also like honors thesis of the students, and then they present it in a conference. So usually conferences are done by graduate students, but our students made it to have like undergraduate students to present. The other part is the Napa Mental Hospital internships. So students go to the Napa Hospital, work with clinicians and psychiatrists, and do art therapy with patients. So especially on your senior year, the priority goes to seniors, but it's something to like keep in mind sometime in the future for you to apply to this one if you are really interested in doing clinical work. The other one is the psychology peer advising. So you will be working under me and help students navigate their way around campus, provide course suggestions, and if you are interested in counseling, this kind of like gives you a head start in terms of like making people contact and having student interaction.